Warning: the following activities are extremely dangerous and the following footage is deeply disturbing. In August 2025, a group of ghost hunters visited the most haunted abandoned hotel in Italy in search of paranormal activity. What they discovered there was beyond disturbing.
And it has what the I see beds. Oh shit. This is not nice. This is not a good sign.
These are their tapes. View the following footage with caution.
Ma va a cagare!
And now, their story unfolds. A chilling tale of shadows, voices, and a complete lack of critical thinking. Buongiorno, my fantastic, amazing amici. How are you doing? Welcome back to the restaurant. Welcome back to Spaghetti alla Paranormale, or as my good friend Dandal say,
Spaghetti alla pornam.
where cuisine, debunking, and wrestling create the perfect mix that you people can enjoy. For today, I asked the chef to prepare a specialty from the area we are about to visit, a city in the region of Umbria called Spoleto, where they serve this fantastic pasta dish, fresh pasta and fresh black truffle and a lot of love. Behold, people, I'm proud to introduce to you the famous Strangozzi al tartufo nero. Appetitosi! But as always, every amazing recipe served in this restaurant comes seasoned with the usual spice of nonsense, sensationalism, and ghostly evidence. This time generously provided by our good friend Colin from the Paranormal Files and his merry gang of table-tipping mountebanks. Oh, Colin, always the victim, never the skeptic. This time he and his villainous table-tipping mustachioed brother-in-law decided it was a bright idea to venture inside the Italian territory, accompanied by Edo from the Paranormal Life, an Italian small YouTube channel, two ladies, one of which apparently has the ability, you know what ability I'm referring to, and this guy who I don't know the name, but during this investigation he provides the most interesting insight, completely redefining the meaning of I am talking out of my arse kind of thing. So get ready, folks, we are about to move to Spoleto, and to be precise, in a fraction called Monteluco, to visit the Madman Hotel, aka the Murder Hotel.
So we're walking down right now to this old abandoned hotel that they call the Hotel of Madness.
No, Colin, the hotel is called Hotel del Matto, or Madman Hotel in English. I'm thrilled you paid attention.
Where there was allegedly a man who murdered people.
But of course, murder house equals ghost activities, clicks, views, and a Pulitzer, right?
They called him Dr. Death. I can't remember. Dr. Death, Dr. Goodbye.
Dr. Death or Dr. Goodbye? Colin, pick a villain and stick with it.
Something. And he buried his victims here on this property. And then afterwards,
Judging by the way he talks, I assume he conducted very thorough research. In a parallel universe, perhaps?
So basically, they built this hotel on a serial killer's private cemetery, and now it's abandoned in the middle of the woods.
A serial killer's private cemetery? Oh, how utterly convincing. I am sure the Italian newspapers were exclusively covering that story. and nothing else.
How about you guys just start with introducing who you are?
Where we are. No.
Or who?
Prima chi sei.
Because I've got all this footage of us trying to figure this out and no one knows who the you guys are.
So, it's very clear that Eduardo, the guy with the ponytail, is not exactly fluent in English, but our bearded friend? Slightly better. Maybe. Just don't expect Shakespeare.
Hi, Paranormal Files fans. This is Paranormal Life, and today we are in Italy with obviously the Paranormal Files.
Paranormal Life. This is an Italian group who surprisingly don't appear to be outright faking anything. No clickbaity titles, they actually seem focused on being legit, even if at times they call gadgets and toys paranormal evidence. Yeah, right. So, I put them in the misguided but well-intentioned category. Let's just hope they don't start trying to imitate Colin and friends too much after this investigation.
Where are we? Siamo, ragazzi, all'Hotel del Matto.
We are in the Madman's Hotel. A famous place for the...
I bring my friend because he speaks very good English and I'm not.
Guys, I'm not exactly a cunning linguist here, and my English isn't perfect either, but Mr. Beard's English, I personally wouldn't call it good. But you'll be the judge of that.
Can help me with...
Troppo di parlare italiano, Edoardo.
Perfetto, bravissimo. Allora, cosa è successo qua, ragazzi? Praticamente
Did happen here.
ci troviamo su un terreno che leggenda vuole essere all'inizio di tutto un cimitero.
Okay, we found her in this place that first of all it was a cemetery.
As I suspected, Edo makes a crucial point here. La leggenda vuole. Legend has it. Something our bearded friend conveniently forgot to mention. In English, it just sounds like they're reporting a real story.
Okay, we found her in this place that first of all it was a cemetery.
Edo says, this is what happened here, guys. At the very beginning, it was a graveyard. A very important detail that actually changed the whole context. So, to sum it up, they're here to investigate a legend. That's it.
E negli anni 50 fino agli anni quasi 80 è stato un hotel.
And from the 50s until the 70s, it has been an hotel.
Another mistranslation. Apparently, Mr. Beard needs a refresher on dates and numbers. Edo mentions that this place was a hotel from the 50s until almost the 80s. Mr. Beard skips a decade. Classic.
The Madman's Hotel.
The Madman's Hotel. Why? Because il proprietario, una volta che non si sa bene il perché o per il come, si dice per problemi economici.
Okay. The owner wants, maybe for economic reasons,
È impazzito.
God mad.
Ha ucciso molte persone che lavoravano qua.
And he killed many members that worked there with him.
E dopo si è impiccato lui stesso.
And then he himself.
Quindi, perché siamo qua? Perché chi mi ha consigliato questo posto
We are here because the people who suggested this place
dice di sentire molte presenze qua, soprattutto voci femminili.
Wait a minute, freeze frame on that text. This is the second time I'm rewatching this investigation. Yep, 2 hours plus 2 hours equals 4 entire hours of pure nonsense. And I'm ready to swear that the first time I watched it, these disclaimers weren't even there. Oh, and by the way, the title is different too. I wonder why all this sudden urge to change things around?
they tell they feel many feminine presence inside, many voices of
E siamo
feminine
qui
presence.
perché Colin mi ha chiesto di portarlo in un posto creepy e io spero che questo sia abbastanza creepy per lui.
And we are here because Paranormal Life asked us about a creepy place, and this probably is one of the creepiest.
So, somebody, the owner, was murdering people.
Yeah. He's murdering many people.
Maybe the ghost hunters themselves created a madman spirit?
This is bullshit.
What in the actual linguinal nero di seppia are you talking about, Colin? So, you finally do one thing right, add a small comment confirming no documentation exists, and then, a screen later, you double down with complete nonsense? Brilliant!
And many workers. And
And after he
yeah, I found out that he actually buried all of the people who killed inside this terrain where we stand. And they have found it out many years after.
I told you that our Mr. Beard over here had indeed some interesting opinions. So apparently he found out that bodies are buried here, but how and where? He never mentions it because he's making this shit up. I did as well my research on the matter, and this place used to have a humble little hermitage, but then in the fabulous late 50s, poof, the whole village got demolished to make room for a hotel. Why? Tourists, of course. Thanks to the Festival of Two Worlds, more and more people were flocking to Spoleto, which at the time was basically lacking any decent places to sleep. And voila! The so-called Albergo del Matto, the Madman Hotel, was born. Later on, it got a fancy rebrand, E-Post Hotel, because it was sold to the Italian Post Office, who turned it into a pension for postal workers. Romantic, right? Now, abandoned. Vandals galore. Perfect setting for ghost hunters and their cameras. Before, they mentioned a serial killer named Dr. Death or Dr. Goodbye. Please, this already sounds stupid by itself alone. Fun part, as the Paranormal Files mentioned in their errata corrige, they could not find any documentation because, hear me out, there is no bloody documentation, no investigation, no news articles, no trials, no serial killer. It is a creepy pasta, a local legend, something completely made up. So again, Mr. Barba, where your intel come from?
Delusion.
So, what have you heard people say about this place? Like, what's the activity like?
Cosa hai sentito che dicevano le persone di questo
quello che mi
posto?
hanno raccontato, la cosa che tutti mi hanno detto è che ci sono appunto queste voci femminili, che a quanto pare la presenza della donna uccisa è quella più presente.
E chiedono anche se proprio hai sentito quali ci sono suoni che si dicono.
I saw a lot of video, but I don't remember like this. And,
In italiano.
no, nel senso, ho visto un po' di video, ma non mi ricordo adesso su dei piedi esattamente tutto quello successo. Sto cercando di capire qual è la struttura più che altro.
You watch videos on this location? Well, look at you, coming prepared. And by searching YouTube, I found a single video on this place made by none other than La Famiglia del Paranormale. Did this entity have a name?
Mario.
It's me, Mario!
Yes, very famous on this channel, heavily relying on ITC devices, phone apps, and religion. Oh, and of course, they didn't miss the chance to comment under this video. You know what they say, spend enough time with fools and you'll start walking like one. Edo, I don't know you, but if this is your source, I'd say it's time to completely rethink your strategy for reliable sources. And the best part,
Sto cercando di capire qual è la struttura più che altro.
they don't even know which of the many abandoned structure is the actual hotel. To recap, they haven't checked the story or the claims before the investigation, they haven't visited beforehand to locate the actual building, and most of their sources are questionable YouTube videos and a guide making things up on the fly. Nice.
And you said there was 5 energies that a group found?
Yeah, I heard that were five main spirits or other, where the woman is one of these 5 spirits. I don't really know much about the other spirits.
5 energies? Let me guess, making stuff up again? I keep wondering, where on earth did you get this info? La Famiglia del Paranormale? Oh wait, after doing some actual research, I found this! the only actual trace I could find, an article on Umbria Notizie 2015 where they talk about a certain Gianluca Azzori. He did an investigation with spirit boxes, K2 meters, and other highly reliable ghost hunting equipment, claiming they might have found 5 distinguished entities. And Gianluca himself, a self-proclaimed expert who allegedly won 3 international paranormal awards in 2017 at the Paranormal Society World Awards in the Netherlands. Yeah, couldn't find a single trace of the ceremony, and no reputable skeptical foundation has ever heard of him. So I'm very inclined to believe that he made everything up.
What a surprise!
What about the madman? Do you think he still haunts this place?
Probably is one of the 5 spirits.
I hope.
Yeah.
E spero ci faccia anche sentire.
Yeah, you hope he will make himself be felt.
After we have already established that there are no corpses on the property and there is no madman, well, I strongly doubt you're going to find any ghost activity in there. I mean, guys, they have barely started the investigation and I've already dismantled the entire premise in the first 20 minutes. But of course, don't judge a book by its cover, even if said book is titled "So Haunted That We Left Our Stuff Behind, Italian Murder Hotel." Sorry, they changed the title to "Conjuring Hotel, Italy's Most Haunted Location." Classic. I bet someone pointed out that at the end of their video, they calmly packed up and went on their merry way. But to me this is just an epic backpedal. They removed not one but 2 false claims from their title and tried to turn it into a reach so grand even Yuri Keiki would be jealous by linking the buzzword conjuring with something completely unrelated.
Before we go in, I want to ask you, do you think the spirits can hurt people?
No.
I think they
I
can.
think yes.
Why do you say that?
Io molte volte sono stato graffiato e spesso volentieri mi gira la testa o comunque malessere.
He has been scratched many times and has
What the f?
and had many headaches.
Scratches and not headaches, Mr. Barba. He said he felt dizzy. Big difference. Scratches have been debunked so many times, I lost count. Most of the time, they are self-inflicted, especially when you are focused on other tasks. And about the dizziness, just look at this building. Probably crawling with mold, fungi, and definitely not one of the most oxygenated places on Earth. Not to mention the self-suggestion factor, which plays a huge role in all of this.
In the past, when visiting these places, and I heard physical scratches too. So
Wait, you heard physical scratches? Or you felt them? Quick Italian lesson, guys. The verb sentire can mean to hear, to listen, or to feel. I'm pretty sure he meant he felt scratches, but honestly, at this point, I don't believe a single word coming out of his bearded mouth.
maybe.
Now here's the ultimate question before we go in. Do you think a spirit can kill someone?
Yes, just like I think I'm about to be attacked by a unicorn carrying a light machine gun. The odds are exactly the same.
Well, that's maybe.
Kill, no.
I think it's complicated. Maybe they need time for that. Not time for just a visit, maybe the time of a lifetime. Maybe.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
They need time? The time of a lifetime? As in the time it takes for an healthy person to pass away? This 80-year-old man just died. Well, must have been a spirit. Do you even listen to yourself?
Come se fosse una sorta di maledizione, praticamente, penso.
Yeah, let's like a sort of course, yeah.
Watch out, people! We have all been cursed by aging?
I see bats. Oh shit. This is not nice. This is not a good sign.
Bat? A bad sign? A bad sign of what? A vampire rave party? I really don't get why bats have such a bad reputation. Look, I understand. The general folkloristic idea is that bats are associated with the occult, witches, and all that stuff. But that's just superstition. Plain, medieval, religious superstition. Ecologically speaking, bats are actually extremely useful. A single bat can devour something like 2,000 mosquitoes per night, plus other insects. That means fewer mosquito bites, fewer pesticides sprayed on the fields, healthier crops, and, by the way, fewer so-called ghost scratches. And honestly, I haven't seen any credible Italian folklore source that directly connects bats with bad omens, so most likely all the noises you heard before, they were just bats disturbed by your presence. Logic and knowledge protects you from bad omens. But sadly, there seems to be no cure for superstition mixed with stupidity.
What the fuck? That's obviously a shaped iron cross.
You don't say!
Mamma mia, how unbelievably perceptive of you. Well, congratulations, genius, for your ability to recognize geometric shapes. I promise you guys, we Italians are not all like that.
Non so se hai notato, c'è ovviamente una specie di croce. Cioè,
What do you think this is a sign of some sort of magical?
it's, maybe somebody brought himself as a talisman.
You know that they sell those handy pendant-sized crosses, right? Unless you're the type who prefers going full circus with a full-size replica, wheels included for convenience.
Ralph, Jesus did not have wheels.
Solamente qualche così, cioè, quando vengono a fare... Sì, cioè, quando vengono a fare...
Se non lo sai in italiano non lo so manco in inglese. He thinks they're probably just some vandals, so somebody vandalizing the place.
Well, thank you, Edo. Thank you for being the voice of reason in this total circus of madness and nonsense. Yep, that's probably what happened. Vandals being vandals, most likely removing a random piece of wood from a door or a window.
Ma perché però dovrebbero fare una croce con... This is the... però...
Of course, he's still not convinced. He has to cling at all costs to the narrative of the place is haunted, and that people supposedly built a life-size talisman to protect themselves from a ghost that never existed, by the way.
C'è qualcuno?
Ma non credo risponda se c'è qualcuno. He's asking directly if there's somebody maybe alive that does not have bad intention. Maybe they just want to, no, say, damn it. Sandra mi fa bei colpi.
And it's funny because you are in an abandoned place crawling with insects, bats, possibly rats, and of course maybe people seeking shelters or just hanging out. I get your point. If there is someone with bad intentions, they for sure will not answer, but maybe there are other people in the building like edgy kids drawing some fresh penises on the wall. Porca miseria, I just noticed. This place is crawling with dicks. Have a look. Dick, 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 and again dick. Some bigger than others, but dicks nonetheless. The only thing scarier than the ghost here? Artistic commitment to penis doodles. As per his obsession, Colin, being an art expert apparently and extremely obsessed in finding demonic symbols and whatnot, observes the graffiti here with incredible attention. We can see a welcome with a pentagram in place of the letter O. Then we have creatures. Of course, in his tiny head he's trying to connect the dots and see if he can put inside the narrative that in here there were any satanic weirdness going on. Probably way too obvious until he found this.
It really? It makes me wonder if there's any like occult significance to these drawings that are everywhere here.
Oh wow, occult significance, really? My dude, that's not a sigil. That's literally an half-ass spray paint doodle made by someone who clearly just finished binge-watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. You see the word Evangelion with a cute little heart next to it, right? That's not a cultist trying to summon a demon. That's a weeb summoning their crush on Shinji. Calling this satanic is like finding a graffiti of SpongeBob and screaming, "Illuminati confirmed!" Or in worst case scenario, that's a very bad drawing of an ant. Still not a cult.
Little devil here.
It's like it's staring at you.
What? The weird anime-looking face? Very creepy. Very scary, Matter of perspective, I guess, because in my opinion, the scary part is the homophobic slur, the insult, and overall the display of immaturity that is depicted here. But yeah, sure, the anime face is scary.
I'm gonna stand here.
No matter where you stand, follows.
Apparently we have found the Mona Lisa of ugly graffiti. Nice.
Even like these drawings though, these are like way more than just graffiti. They look like they would mean something.
I get it. They look Lovecraftian, sure, but honestly, they look like nothing more than bored teenager doodles. Unless now you want to push the narrative that Yog-Sothoth is real, of course.
I don't know what it would be, but it's just eerie. I mean, this would be a perfect place for some sort of ritual or conjuring. Oh, yeah. Way out here, complete darkness, 360.
A, it's night, that's why it's dark. Shocking, I know. B, the only ritual you can realistically perform here is the summoning of the demon of tetanus. C, and C stands for, can you please stop desperately trying to push this cheap satanic cult vibe? Oh mamma mia, the debris on the floor clearly moved on their own. Except, you know, when the girl literally says, I step on top of it.
They saw this axis moving.
Now, maybe I misheard her, but I'm pretty damn sure that's what she said. Anyway, let's focus on the footage. They seem to me in a precarious position from here, clearly not stable. Possible causes: vibration from footsteps, someone brushing against them, drafts, gravity doing gravity things, plenty of non-ghost explanations. But let's see if they even bother to use logic.
But aren't you sure that maybe
Lei l'ha visto? Ero qua, lei era lì. Qua si è mosso.
he was there, she was there, having space, and that
You saw this move?
yeah, she saw this.
This one.
They saw this moving.
Of course not. Instead we get, he saw it out of the corner of his eye. Yeah, not a direct line of sight, just peripheral vision in a pitch black unstable building. Translation: he probably saw the planks wobble after being disturbed by, you know, you walking around. But hey, why settle for logic when a ghost did it sells so much better?
Probably just playful kids. Yeah,
That's what they always say.
I know.
Then they get killed.
Exactly.
Or, hear me out, just edgy kids again. And Colin, nobody, and I mean nobody was ever killed by a demon or a ghost. So maybe save the horror movie narration for, I don't know, an actual horror movie?
What are all of these?
Colin, I think we already discussed about it and they're just doodles.
Here's another little figure of the ones you're seeing everywhere.
Yeah, it's full of this spiky hair, black figure.
Like, what is that?
My guess, Mr. Beard will say something cringy.
I think it's the way the madman has been seen.
Oh my god. Like that.
Heh, what did I tell you? And you clearly know that you said something cringy because even Dr. Evil Mustachio here is laughing at you.
Yeah, the first one, the one on the floor, it's the most accurate one. It's terrifying. It's pretty terrifying.
And of course you had to double it down, right?
I think I've seen a couple of eyes.
Okay, a couple of eyes, sure.
Mi sembra di aver visto un paio di occhi. O almeno un riflesso ho visto in fondo.
A reflection, eyes. Please, Mr. Beard, decide already.
Ho visto un riflesso piccolo a questa altezza. Non saprei dirti se erano occhi umani, mi viene da dire di sì.
You saw eyes down
I have seen a reflection out of the light that you casted.
So you think they're human? You literally stated you saw a reflection somewhere down the hallway at human average height when Mustachio pointed his light down there. Could we all agree that if that's the case, you are dealing with something physical and not something ethereal? But wait a second, look at this frame. There is a window, no glass. You can clearly see the silhouette of a tree and a light in the distance. Unless your ghost is standing kilometers away wielding a flashlight, it's safe to assume this is what you saw. But why don't you all go and check?
Down there. Yeah, right there. But I don't see any reflective surfaces.
Go check.
Holy shit.
If that's you down the hallway, can you come touch this device?
Yes, why don't you go and check?
It'll let us know that you're here with us.
For the love of Christ, go and fucking check! Because here we are again with another Ghost Hunter classic. Spot something, make the wildest claim possible, but heaven forbid you actually verify it. And after that point, the investigation proceeds as any other investigation of this kind. Did you hear that? I feel dizzy. I felt energy coming from this room. Oh my god! Repeat this sound and
Goosebumps.
Yeah?
On your back?
In the ass.
And your goosebumps in your ass?
goosebumps in Ado's ass? Well, interesting. Until they hear a bell.
I mean, what the was that? That was a bell.
It was here.
In Italy, the bell rang at 0 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, not half an hour.
And that's a big freaking lie, cause also in Italy the bell ring once, just once every half an hour.
Non suona quest'ora.
The lady is suggesting that it's 22:34, so Mr. Beer immediately chimes in and say, it doesn't ring at this precise time. Little that he know is that churches, unlike our phones, they are not connected to satellite, therefore their timing it might be slightly different.
Non suona quest'ora.
Se fosse Enezza, queste qua, veniva da qui, non era una campana della chiesa.
Edo, amico mio, shall I remind you that these hallways are narrow and there is no glass anymore in almost all the rooms you guys showed in this investigation? It's safer to say it was echo rather than a bell ringing from the inside. Plus consider this fact. This hotel is caught in between not one but two churches, the Church of San Francesco al Monteluco and the Church of San Leonardo delle Penne, in a range of roughly 700-900 meters, and the latter, being the closest, I would assume that is likely to be the culprit of the sound.
Quindi se non c'è il pazzo e non c'è la donna uccisa, chi c'è qui?
Like she's asking, if it is not the madman that is here and not the first victim, who is?
Yes! God, yes, finally a good freaking question. And the answer is only you six goofballs and nobody else. Boy, I'm so sick and tired already. And trust me, this investigation, the evidence are all the freaking same. Random noises. Then they decide to play around with the spirit box. Then discovering some other questionable penis graffiti on the wall. Then feel the energies. And then play a little with the environment. And no, unlike the original title, they leave the premise gathering all their stuff and that's it. But not after claiming that someone followed them home. I swear, if I hear one more word, one more BS, one more...
I'm a science guy, I try everything.
The fuck you aren't! You are about as much of a science guy as a kid with a magnifying glass burning ants on a sunny day. That's it. That's the final straw. I am done. Done! So, What did we actually learn today? Well, absolutely nothing. This is something we're seeing over and over again with these sensationalist channels. Anything that happens inside a supposedly haunted location instantly becomes paranormal. A bell ringing, paranormal. An EVP session, paranormal. A random reflection, paranormal. Graffiti on the wall must be satanic in nature, of course. Now, to be fair, this time I can't point the finger too much at Colin and his mustachioed brother-in-law. They didn't really do much in this investigation besides standing around, reacting as usual, and insisting on giving a spooky narrative to things like doodles on the wall. Add some ominous music, throw in a couple of rhetorical horror movie level questions, and voila! You've got yourself an investigation. Honestly, I doubt even Dario Argento will stoop so low to create suspense. But the real standout here is Mr. Beard. He is the true ringmaster of this circus. Sloppy translations, half-baked facts, and a relentless flow of cringe statements. At the end of the day, what are we dealing with? A local legend with zero evidence behind it, other than the convenient ghost tours pushed by Gianluca Azzori's IPI group. Funny how that works, huh? The next big will be for Edo, therefore I will say it in Italian. Edo, ho visto un paio delle tue investigazioni e la sensazione che ho avuto è quella di una persona che ha delle buonissime intenzioni, ma si affida troppo a strumenti che non possono in alcun modo provare l'esistenza del paranormale. Catballs, Spirit Box, metafonia, Rampod, K2, app sullo smartphone. Tutte cose che servono solo a fare spettacolo, non a fare ricerca. E riguardo ai Paranormal Files, Edo sono già stati biccati più volte a falsificare le indagini. Colin è abbastanza noto per fare la vittima professionale. Appena viene smascherato, nega tutto e accusa la comunità dei debunkers di bullismo. Quindi la mia domanda è, Edo, vuoi fare il sensazionalista? Allora segui Colin, la famiglia del paranormale, i Ghost Not Crew e compagnia bella. Ma se invece la tua intenzione è davvero seria, come io credo, ti invito a guardare Kenny Beadle, Beardo Get Scared, World of Mr. Grey, il Ghost Hunters Team di Vox Populi, Massimo Polidoro e affidarti ciecamente al CICAP. La scelta ora, Edo, sta a te. Alright, amici miei, I hope you made it to the end of this video and that you enjoyed the ride. Smash that like button like there is no tomorrow. Share it around, and if you are new here and feel particularly amazing today, then hit subscribe. I would appreciate it. And don't forget, there is the hype button now. Can I get a little hype, please? So, stay safe, stay healthy, stay awesome, and I see you all the next time. Ciao!